Hey gang, welcome back to the Destination Baby and Kids YouTube video. This is Gina, super excited to be here with you today to go over some prep and installation tips on that brand new car seat you see behind me. That is the Nuna EXEC Next. So we're gonna show you rear facing, forward facing, lower anchor, and seatbelt, and possibly even booster if there's enough time, we'll see. But yeah, if you haven't yet, go ahead and like, follow, or subscribe to this channel. And the best thing you can do, if you fall in love with this seat or just want to go shopping in general, head on over to my website, destinationbabykids.com. I'm a real brick and mortar store here in the San Francisco Bay Area. I can ship anything directly to your home pretty much for free. And we have such a broad variety of items on the website, destinationbabykids.com. Cannot stress enough how appreciative I am of all of you viewers. We're working our butts off to get to 10,000 subscribers this year. So let's launch into this fabulous video going over tips and tricks for installing the Nuna EXEC Next. Okay, in an effort to be a little more thorough, I'm going to talk about a couple of things that we can do before we even start installing the car seat to make our lives easier. So the first thing I would encourage you to do is find your vehicle manual. The next thing I would tell you to do is to make sure you have your car seat manual. If you do not have your car seat manual, you can go ahead and head on over to Nuna's website and download it directly from them. So useful. But we're going to need both of those things just to make sure that we're doing everything correctly when we're doing our installation. The next thing I would tell you to do would be vehicle preparation. So vehicle preparation entails making sure the spot that you're installing this in your vehicle is clean and free of debris. So if there's anything in your back seat that could be considered a projectile that in an accident could fly around and hit the baby in the head, let's say a day planner, an organizer, a computer bag, that type of stuff that we don't think about so much because it's tucked in the back, we're gonna wanna get rid of all of that so we can have a nice, clean, empty space to go ahead and install our car seat. So we do those steps before we even start messing around with the car seat, right? Once we've got our manuals and we've got our vehicle prepared, we're gonna go ahead and start getting the seat ready for installation. Now, I'm sure you're asking, do I need to know which way I'm installing it and the method of installation before I start prepping it? No. What I'm gonna show you right now is gonna be useful for any way that you want to install it in the car. Let's start with going ahead and raising the headrest up. So there's a handle right here at the top of the seat. You're gonna pinch that and you're gonna lift this headrest up toward the sky. The next thing we're gonna do is remove this headpiece. Again, not critical, but I'm gonna do it anyway just to be more thorough. And then we're gonna go ahead and remove this infant insert. Now, before you say, hey, but I'm gonna use it with an infant, we have to put this back in for after the installation anyway, so I'm gonna make sure to show you how to do that. To remove the infant insert, you're gonna go ahead and hit the red buckle, unbuckle it, and then you're gonna hit your chest clip piece to go ahead and unbuckle that. And then there are little snaps on either side of this infant insert. And then to make this easier, let's also remove this crotch pad buckle. To do that, there is a snap on the actual crotch pad buckle. Undo that. That will enable you to take that piece off much more easily. If you pull on it when it's snapped, it's not going to come off. That's intentional because they don't want baby to pull it off. And then we'll go ahead and remove the infant insert by pushing the red buckle down through the crotch hole and pulling that out. Now, when you look at the seat, you also have side impact pieces and some other stuff going on in here. To make this harness looser, I'm going to go ahead and press, there's a button in between the legs that's covered with fabric, but that is our harness release. If I press on that and then pull on the harness, I'm able to actually loosen it and sort of pull it out of the way, which is very helpful for the seat prep. We're going to go ahead and lift the fabric that's attached to the headpiece up. And then there's another piece of fabric that's actually snapped to the back of the seat. We're gonna go ahead and unsnap that on both sides. And then our side impact piece also has some snaps going on that we're gonna want to undo, because without undoing that, we're not gonna be able to pull this fabric fully forward. So my goal is to get this whole set of fabric pulled forward. And now, if I pull my harness out of the way, I can maybe use the magnets on the side. Helpful. New magnets, stronger. If I tip the seat forward, hopefully all the viewing audience can see. And actually, maybe I'll just carry it over so you guys can see. There are two doors. There's a door on the bottom right here that's blue handle on it. And then there's another door on actually the backrest of the seat with a red tab, and that's for forward-facing installation. So the goal here again isn't to be opening the doors or worrying about that. It's to be moving all of this fabric out of the way so we have access to these points. And now we're going to show you how to prep the seat additionally for lower anchor installation. And then also we'll show you seatbelt. Okay, gang, let's talk about doing lower anchor installation for forward facing. How we would set the seat up for that is we would make sure kiddo is less than 40 pounds because we can't use lower anchors on a child unless they are under 40 pounds. That's what it says in the book and on the side of the seat. So again, for our forward facing installation, first step would be to maybe, let's pick the recline first. So this kid, let's assume they like to sit more upright. I'm gonna go ahead and be, instead of in forward facing position 4, I'm gonna press the button and move it to position 1. On the back of the seat, I'm gonna go ahead and undo my top tether. This is a critical step. This is mandatory. We won't be skipping this step no matter what for a forward-facing installation with a harness. Here we go. We're going to attach the top tether. This is why it's useful to have your vehicle manual. If you can't identify where your tethers are, your vehicle manual will show you where that is. We don't need to go crazy on tightening the tether because we can always do that step at the very, very end. Now, where are our lower anchors? If you look in the blue, this is a little bit tricky, but we'll open up the blue doors and we're gonna find our lower anchors hiding in our rear facing belt path hole. So these are our lower anchors and they are attached to the seat. You do not wanna cut this strap under penalty of getting yelled at. No, it's in the book, so just don't cut it because that is how these pieces never end up getting lost. We're gonna go ahead and make sure that this belt is nice and straight. And then we're also gonna make sure that when we install it, that the part that reads up is gonna be up. So we don't want these upside down. They're not crash tested that way. We want the thicker part going up for the lower anchor. So here's what we do. We lift up for forward facing installation. We're gonna take this little guy and he's gonna come through this side piece over here, just like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take the other guy and put it through, see where my hand is here, coming through a hole on the other side of the seat. And those holes are marked with red. That makes it really easy to know where we're doing our installation. Now we're gonna take our lower anchor, attach it in that upright mode with the thicker on both sides. And every car 2003 and newer has those lower anchors. They're not in every spot, but again, that's what your manual's for. Then you're gonna go ahead and tighten this belt by pulling on the slack. If you wanted to get your tightest install, the most intelligent thing to do is to pull this through its own hole, and that way you have your best leverage point to really get that tight. If you're trying to pull it away from itself, it's not gonna tighten. You'll have to pull it through its own hole in order to get it very, very tight. Because again, we want less than an inch of movement at its installation point, which is what's going on. Now, we'll go ahead and close our true tension door. Woo! Now that was actually very hard because I have it so tight, the seat's not going anywhere. And then we'll go ahead and put our fabric back. And again, this step is one to keep in mind. That is not just like 2 seconds. This does have to line up relatively specifically so that we make sure all of our harness hits all of our snaps in the correct spot, because we really want to make sure this harness doesn't get impeded by pieces not being, see, like here, I'm doing this the wrong way, by pieces not being attached in the correct place. So this is critical. It's a newer body piece for me. So again, I'm just really hammering home this point. Even if you've got a lot of familiarity with car seats, it's good to double check these things. Make sure everything's back where it needs to go. We'll put our crotch piece back on because our instructions indicate we always want to use that. We want to be in alignment with the instructions. So we'll go ahead and put that on. And the last thing to check is, of course, to make sure that your harness is working, free of impediments. So we'll buckle it all up. Do that. I'm going to pull this backrest piece out, adjust that up and down. That's working great. And then tightening is clear and loosening also working. So that is ready to go for forward facing. We could also tighten our tether at the very end just to make sure it's at its tightest.